Anybody there? Hello, hello. Well, another day, and I didn't do nothing. Oh my God. But it's Friday, and it's not like I didn't do anything. I got caught up in something. And, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I wanted to blow your mind some. If you guys haven't been listening, what I've been doing. Hi, my name is Rick Worth. Welcome. I enjoy my cute little group of people. Although I don't know if any of this is getting through. I can't. You guys are awful shy. But, and because, sometimes I can't help that I'm going out on a limb of just being an absolute idiot or a nut. But I've lived with that belief and thought before. And, of course, and I actually don't feel that way at all. I think that every time I open up a book or look in a particular direction that just happened to be a fancy of mine, I just seem to find and see something that helps in my quest to show that underneath all of this fear of this of religion, this top viewing, which is what we have learned now as being called the letter, as being something that runs rampant, and that the entire world is wrapped around this idea. And what we hear through the scripture is that, can you remember the days of old? Can you remember the old way? If we don't get back to the way it was, then we are, if we don't obey the law that was set out a long time ago, then a lot of shit is going to happen, right? That's been the way the stories have been running, that there seems to be, some kind of belief that the world is going to end, and that there will be signs in the sky and signs in here and on earth that'll tell you when this end of time is going to come, and this great purification, this time of purification. And I'm here to tell you that it can happen. It probably will, because the idea is if you live off the top of this surface, you get that's your choice, because the law is underneath it. The law is found quietly, sometimes right out in the open, but tucked away underneath. And the simplest of things to think that that the biggest secret of on earth is this ability to go within yourself and clean house. And that it not only makes a better you, that it makes a better world. And that's all it is. And, this is the truth, the simple truth. And I'm here to bring more of it to you, to those 5 or 6 or 8 people that that even give a damn. Alright? Because, I feel that this is important because it's everywhere. And today I'm going to blow your freaking minds. We're going to go into the Hopi prophecy. Okay? What was brought down, through people, through the elders. What they had to say, how they said it, and how does it fit into the code. All right, so it's one of those, it's going to be a lesson where you just lend an ear. And I'm learning to read a little better. I'm going to give you a quick little lesson on what's called, there's these things. All right, this is a Hopi prophecy. There are these things called the Kachina, and they're wrapping this around Nibru, the planet that's out to destroy us and stuff like that, the planet of the crossing. That's a cosmic thing. If our Earth, if our world, if our universe has if our sun has a twin, making us what do they call that, a duo world, anyways, what it means is that there is another whole nother universe somewhere that's going to come down. They're going to swing around each other and bump out. You know, who knows? Who knows? I'm not going to get into that just yet because that is an end time story. But I think that I think that that destruction may have a lot to do with what we do, because if it's a clocking, we're being told that it's a type of a mechanism, a timing mechanism, that when there's a breaking point or a tipping point, something's going to happen. And it's showing in us that once we have had enough, and once we have learned the way, and once we practice the law, that what gets destroyed is a way of thinking that brings harm not only to yourself but to the world around you, and that we emanate a light that helps the environment through us. Alright, we also have heard that if you don't have this light and you can't do this and you refuse, and the beast in you is allowed to grow out of proportions for millennia, for thousands of years, there could be a whole lot of crap going on inside of you that causes us to have this material connection and just eat up this world like there is no tomorrow, when there is going to be a tomorrow. There really is. It's pretty sure that these people have been living this life on earth for thousands of years, and they've all been waiting for the end of times. And I'm going to show you something that should blow your mind. A kachina in the Pueblo Indians and in the Indian culture is a messenger that goes between things, that go between God and his subjects. This also takes on the idea that there's a blue kachina that's in the sky when we're telling this story, which is the dog star Sirius. Alright, and when this dog star shows up in your dreams or in your mind, whenever you're doing the night dance, and when the two, they become the twins, when this is a sign, because now you have to understand there's a story behind that dog star, which is all this is about. And it comes from a Greek legend where there was two dogs. There was actually a dog. This one here is Icarus. It's called the faithful dog. His name was Myra at that time. M-A-I-R-A. It's not male or female. It also turns out that it could be the dog for Orion, the dog of Orion, and his name was L-A-I-L-A-P-S, Laips. And it also is more than likely this dog named Kion, K-Y-O-N, the golden hound of Zeus. So, what we get out of this is Sirius. The word Sirius means scorcher. It is the brightest star in heaven, and it's in the top of this dog, a beast. Okay, so just think about that in your way. That's the way we work, and this is the top of this particular constellation called Canis Major. All right. So, anyways, this is the blue star. We're supposed to, when we see this, you're supposed to know there's going to be a new day, the new way, a new world is coming, and the change begins here. All right. Okay. So, let's see. What do I got here? Later on, you're going to get the red kachina. It's the purifier. And let's see if I have any more things that we need to talk about before we start reading. Oh, you have to remember that the stories in the Bible and with Krishna is that the morning, early in the morning, when you begin to rise, when the sun begins to rise, there is this darkness, this pre-dawn. So you'll find that whenever the sun comes up and there's an eclipse, this is like when Jesus dies on the cross. It's this darkness after the 6th hour. There's this eclipse. So it's the idea of rising up in the morning. That's the sunrise. Dog star Sirius is a pre-dawn star. It comes up before the Earth. I mean, before the sun comes up. So so does the morning star known as Venus. All right. But anyways, we're going to take along this dog for now, because this is how they work this. And you also have to know that animals, when it comes down to animals, they're beasts. They're also, in Indian language, it's wolf. In Buddhism, the animal becomes an elephant. And I believe that's why they picture Buddha as a big guy. And I don't believe that he ever existed either. I just was doing some back checking on him, just to see how he was born. The same way, all of these are miraculously born. She just wakes up and, oh my God, this elephant came and fucked her, something like that. Just 6, something the number 6, and she said, oh, it just felt great. And let me tell you, don't know that those Christians go crazy with that. Oh, she had sex with a great big white elephant. Fucking ridiculous, It's not as easy to understand that, down in Mexico, that they do it with donkeys. That's a little more realer. But anyways, I diverse. Let's not go that way. Let's go to town. All right. So the Hopi, this Hopi prophecy of the end of times. All right, it's been passed down for a long time. All right, and I'm going to just start off with verse 1, and it's a long one. All right, paragraph 1. It was told that the first blue kachina would start to be seen at the dances and would make its appearance known to the children in the plaza during the night dance. This event will tell us that the end of times is very near. Then the blue star kachina would physically appear in the heavens, which would mean that we were in the end times. The return of the blue star kachina, this is number 2, the return of the blue star kachina, who's also known as Nan Gu Soho, that's how I found out that it was Sirius, I looked that up, will be the alarm clock that tells us of the new day and the new way of life, a new world that is coming, and this is where the changes will begin. They will start as fires that burn within us, and we will burn up with desires and conflict if we do not remember the original teachings to return to the peaceful way of life. Number 3. Not far behind the twins will come the purifier, the red kachina, who will bring the day of purification. On this day, the earth, her creatures, and all life as we know it will change forever. There will be messengers which will precede this coming of the purifier. They will leave messages to those on earth who remember the old ways. This is number 3. This is the idea that when they come together, the purifier, the twins, not far behind the twins, that would be number 2. It's just absolutely cool. All right, so let's go on. 3. Let's go to 4. This purifier will show us many miracles, signs in our heavens, and the way will be known. And this way we will know, and this way we will know the Creator is not a dream. Even those who do not feel they're connected to the Spirit will see the face of the Creator across the sky. Things unseen will be felt very strongly. Many things will begin to occur that will not make sense, for reality will be shifting back in and out of dream state. There will be many doorways to the lower world that will open at this time. Things long forgotten will come back to remind us of our past creations. All living things will want to be present, for this day will the time when the time ends, for we will enter the forever cycle of the fifth world. That was number 5 about worlds. 6. We will receive many warnings, allowing us to change our ways from below the earth as well as above. Then one morning, in a moment, we will awaken to a red dawn. The sky will be the color of blood. Many things will then begin to happen that right now we are not sure of their exact nature, for much of reality will not be as it is now. This is 6. We're right at the 6. This is where things are about to change. You have now come into nothingness, and you're not there. The 5 senses are gone. That's why you don't know what's going on. Remember when the guys were talking to each other? They said, "Well, I can't understand you. Is this the guys from Galilee?" And they all acted like they were drunk and everything. It was like, this is like, oh my God, this is confusion. In our Bibles, it's also, it's this the forest and the desert. Everywhere you look, it's the same. That's the plain, and now it's going dark. We are hit it, and even shows up. All right. There will be many strange beasts upon the earth in those days, some from the past and some we have never seen. The nature of mankind will appear strange in these times, when we walk between the worlds, and we will house many spirits even within our bodies. After a time we will again walk with our brothers from the stars and rebuild this earth, but not until the purifier has left his mark upon the universe. That was the sum of 6, and it set us up for the purification. Okay? Oh, I just love it. All right. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great day and notable day of the Lord comes. Remember, the day of the Lord is darkness. The war will be a spiritual conflict with material matters. Material matters will be destroyed by spiritual beings who will remain to create one world, one nation, under one power, that of the Creator. That's everyone being one. Not that there's some world power, someone's wanting to take over. That's an outside concept. Do you understand? That's where the outside left eye comes in. They want to control you, control the world, and that's the material world. That's mankind. The inside eye sets you free, brings you back to the individual, lets you, the Creator, be the boss of things. Do you understand any of this? It's just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. If someone says they don't understand this, I wonder, what the hell? Am I talking some foreign language or what? Shit. Okay, listen to this. If it comes from the east, the destruction will not be too terrible. But if it comes from the west, do not climb on your roof to see it, because it will have no mercy. This is the sum of 7. There's only one more left. All right. Listen. Do you understand that between the east and the west, if it came from the spiritual side, this raking and changing of the earth isn't going to be so terrible? But if this purification comes from the west, don't get on your roof. It's going to be mean. Well, in a lot of ways, both of them are going to be mean, because we've heard that. Don't get up on your roof, or don't come down off your roof to go back and get your stuff. Don't come in from the field to go get your clothes. It's the same idea. It's too late, But this one is telling you that both are wraths. One's going to take you out physically, and the other one's going to take you out mentally and set you up and bring you back down and make something anew. So let's go to 8, and that'll be the end of the Hopi prophecies. The true white brother and his helpers. Oh, wait a minute. I missed that because I wanted to introduce that to you. God damn it. Up on 7, when it talked about the wars will be a spiritual war, right underneath there, right that of the Creator, the true white brother will monitor the whole continent in one day. If it comes from the east, its destruction will not be so terrible. If it comes from the west, do not climb on your roof to see it, because it will have no mercy. So the white brother will monitor the whole continent in one day. A white man's gonna oversee this. You can just see where a white man is taking over that. White in our system, remember white, just like we were saying, east and west. I was just explaining to you, east is the spiritual side. So that's the right side. The east side is our spiritual side. If it comes from our spirit, that's the white. This is the brother that we wait for. The hairy brother, the bearded white man. That's because beard means that, it's just, you listen to an old man. Buddha would call me an old man. We got to talk because they said that's what you are. If you're a young man, and I'm not a young man, but I'm an old man because you're like some kind of spiritual guy now, and you house the truth. Number 8, the true white brother and his helpers will show a new way of life that leads to eternal life. The earth will be renewed and beautiful, with plenty of living and food. Survivors will share this food equally. All races mix, and we speak only one language. And it says one family, as a one confined family. So we become one after that connection. Let me tell you, let's see, I guess, where else do I have to look for more of these things? Maybe Ethiopia, maybe look up some of these things from Africa, some of these ancient tribes, maybe look up the Dogon tribe. They, and they're considered like complete isolation, are doing things and teaching children sciences and things of the cosmos that researchers and scientists are only just now discovering about this dog star, and they use it in their rituals that they use every day and talk. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. But that's the world that we're waking up to today. For you guys that are following along this path, understand that this is the only path that is chosen, and it's no longer an opinion of mine. I lost that a long time ago. It is absolute truth, the God's honest truth, and it is the law laid down millions of years ago. It's written in the stars, and it's written in our hearts, and you know the truth when you feel it. So anyways, I love you guys, and I hope the best for you. I hope things are working. I hope things are beginning to work with you. It's no lie when they say that maybe you put 3 of those things together, something's getting there. So, trust and believe in yourself and learn something about your sign. I'm going to. All right? We're all on the quest together. I really don't know a lot about being an Aries, but I will. Peace.